But here we go. Is this the lower bracket final?
No, Petrify is waiting in that one.
Ah, yes. Okay.
So the winner of this goes to face Petrify.
Yep.
Alright, so another Zerg vs Protoss. Well, we've got a guaranteed Protoss in the final. I was just going to say, what have we got waiting there? But we just watched that match.
So we're secretly going for the Zerg here, so we can just have PVZs all day. I wouldn't mind that at all.
We could watch the Protoss Imbu train keep rolling and see a PvP final.
Oh. Actually, I wouldn't mind that at all. Let's not jinx it though. Let's not jinx it. It's gonna happen, but. Oh. Anyway, in the top right-hand corner of the map, the orange Protoss coming from Silicon Esports. It is Pezz.
And spawning horizontally to the left, we have our blue Zerg from Seed Gaming, the Root Academy. It is MightyKiwi.
Yeah, we've seen some very high-quality games from these guys so far. Of course, MightyKiwi falling to Blisk earlier, and Pezz falling to Petrify earlier. So either way, we're going to have a rematch of possibly, both those series.
Yeah, and looks like Pezz, once again, his favours that Gateway Expand so much, and he's going to keep going with it.
Oh, you never know, you could do a Forge with this.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, you're completely right.
This has been pretty popularised, making the Forge in the main. And we've got horizontal spawns again, so they definitely do exist. And Petrify gonna spot this straight away.
Alright, so...
Oh, sorry, MightyKiwi, damn it.
What's MightyKiwi going to be up to? I mean, he is getting close to that 15 drone mark, so I reckon, once again, what we saw against... what he did against Blisk on this map will be probably the hatch gas pool.
Yep, I also lean towards the possibility of just a 3 hatch before pull.
Yeah, maybe.
Like I said, 4-player map. And we literally just saw Petrify beat 13 Forge with 3 hatch before pull on this exact map.
Yep.
So to me, there's no reason after watching that to, one, either not practice it and learn how to hold it, or 2, just straight up try it and YOLO. But we see Pezz here definitely going for the gate expand. But yeah, gas before pull. So yeah, good pickup. Doing the same build that he did previously. So very safe, very secure.
Yep. And he's just making sure this probe is not up to any funny business. I like the little dance around he's doing, maybe trying to trick.
It's a fake.
And he's actually, and he brings down the probes, the drones.
Yeah, I love it.
A good little fake out here from Pezz if he's able to keep him here long enough, but just because the actually that's a really funny pathing pattern he's got there to run it around the hatch for a while. But he does cancel and he does leave and he does find out the fake, and now MightyKiwi has lost a little bit of mining time off that.
Lovely little play by Pezz. Getting in the mind of his opponent. He's counter rushed a few times already. Just throwing down that pylon. He's like, sup. That Overlord though, I wonder if it scouted the gateway before the pylon started. I wonder. Maybe it did.
I'm not sure if it did.
Yeah. Either way, MightyKiwi getting that gas, that good stuff. He's going to be able to get link speed.
Mm-hmm.
He's only got 1 guy on gas, so possibility of Baneling bust or Roach follow up is a lot smaller than if there was still 3 there.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, none on gas now. So Pezz just going to back out. Doesn't need any more information. Just going to get a second gas at home. I'd expect a tech choice from him shortly, possibly a Stargate or a Forge in his wall.
Yep. Just saving up that gas, and so when he gets around to that 150, we'll find out.
Yep. Might even be a Robo, but I strongly doubt that.
Okay, so what is MightyKiwi doing back home? Now, we saw him when he does see the gateway expand, he seems to delay the third just a bit, just in case there is a bit of gateway pressure. So
I actually have a gate from Pezz, maybe a second gate on the way now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm thinking we're going to see a Stargate.
Yeah, he builds up that
No?
150 gas, but no, he saves it up once again, throws down the extra gateway.
Yeah, trolling me. So up to 3 gates now for Pezz. Still no tech, so possibility of a third base, Twilight Council. Of course, the Twilight Council would be for Blink, not for DTs. If you're going to go DTs, I think you'd get that first. But yeah, third base on the way now for Mighty Kiwi. Around 6 minutes. You know, when I used to play, if the Zerg took a hatch around 6 minutes, I probably wouldn't pressure it. That to me is a safe timing. I can't really pressure that with the knowledge that I'm going to win. So this is just very, very good play. Roach Warren going down as well for Mighty Kiwi, so he's safe against any kind of gateway pressure. And we do see the Forge. Still no tech.
Yep. Yeah, Forge coming down. I saw that he's actually got 3 sentries building at a time out of the non-walk gate gateways there.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to try to boost out the +1, also check down that Robo, maybe push out with those with a 2-base attack, but maybe it's just enough sentries to be able to get himself a 3rd base. You know, we'll just have to find out what he's up to.
Yeah, I think you're right on the money with that 3rd base. Generally, you know, this kind of pressure, it could be kind of like he might drop 4 gates all of a sudden, but I strongly doubt it. I think this amount of sentries says a 4th. I'm sorry, a 3rd. It would be a bit full on. We do see Lair on the way for Mighty Kiwi, and again, I really can't stress how confused I am.
Yeah, I mean, the Overlord now, he did scout the main, he saw the amount of sentries, so what would be going through the mind of Mighty Kiwi right now? He's seen a lot of sentries, he's seen a Forge, well, it's researching.
3rd base,
yeah. So, 3rd base is coming down, the Ling is going to spot the probe heading down there, and even sees the 3rd go down, so you'll probably see a drone move out.
Yep, nice scouting there by Mighty Kiwi. And Twilight Cancel now coming down for Pezz. So, possibly Blink, just to, you know, as a method of holding, possibly DTs. We'll have to wait and see. Possibly just High Templar attack, going Charge Light Arc on High Templar, who knows. But either way, it looks like Mighty Kiwi wants to pressure this. Usually, if the Zerg wanted to do macro here, they drop a 4th base and a bunch of drones. Now, with this amount of sentries and this nice little walling from Pezz, I think Pezz has got more than enough to be able to defend here.
Yeah, he's actually created a nice little choke there with those buildings, and he's going to try and head up and around, and that kind of walks him up into another choke anyway. I mean, it's a bit of a wider space, but it's still kind of choky.
Yeah. And either way, it's really important that Mighty Kiwi doesn't overcommit here. Nice force fields, good donut. But meanwhile, you know, the 3rd base is under fire a bit.
The Ling's running in a couple of roaches, and I think he's going to be able to kill off the space. He can't cancel it now. It's going to be committed, but he should be able to save this.
I think it's going to be alright.
Yeah, it's going to be safe. And a couple of nice
Nexus cannons.
And Nexus Cannon definitely going to save it now. And those things going to be... But he actually takes a bit of HP off it, so that's not bad, but he lost a lot of Lings for that.
Yeah, like that attack definitely not successful from Mighty Kiwi. But it could have gone worse for Mighty Kiwi. I mean, he could have lost all those roaches. Still in a fine spot, but not as good as I think as if he'd just taken a 4th and droned. Those 6 sentries, as we were talking about earlier, so important in defense, and he just had the force fields for days there.
Yeah, no worries. And
see the Robo tech and the Templar tech going down, along with Blink.
There's only finally just completely saturated this 3rd base, and there's still no 4th hatchery coming down. Is there a drone moving out?
Yep.
Yes, there is. Okay.
However, we see the infestation pit. So what we kind of... Oh, sorry, there's a 4th now. What this could be is either Roach Hydra Viper again, judging by the Hydralist Dan currently researching, I suggest it is, or you might go into some, you know, very unlikely, a Swarm Host style. Just this map is too big and open for Swarm Hosts. You really have to have a significant advantage, or you're doing some kind of nice shenanigans to make it work. So again, I'm surprised we haven't seen some kind of Spire build. And there's the Hive, so yeah, it looks like we're going to see Roach Hydra Viper. But I expect him to throw on Spire as well. Obviously we've seen all the Zerg so far very successful with Mutalisk styled builds. I'd expect that to continue. So Storm on the way, and +3. Pezz doing great at the moment.
Yeah,
in a great spot.
I'm actually a little bit wondering right now, there's no robotics bay coming out here from Pezz at the moment, so just kind of focusing on that Charge Light Archon kind of build as now. Yeah, he's getting his Spawn, getting charged, he's got his Templar Archive, so yeah, he's got that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if he comes up against Hydras, he can just melt them with
Oh yeah, I've watched quite a few of Pezz's games. Actually, he used to drop a few replays in the Protoss channel, and he'd have a couple of High Templar, a few Zealots, and a lot of Void Rays, and his opponent would be maxed out on Roach Hydra. And I thought, yeah, there's no way he'd hold this. And then suddenly, 2 Time Warps, 4 Storms. What? Everything's dead.
Yep.
So, in terms of Pezz's ability to hold this kind of Roach Hydra Viper style with Chargela Archon, Storm, a couple of Stalkers and a Maul in the mix, he's definitely got the ability.
Yeah, and he's got plenty of High Templar in his composition there. Just see how many he's got. Yeah, he's got 7 right now, and they're all just building up energy. Storm's complete, so he's going to be able to have a ton of Storms when these engagements do come in.
And it looks like we've seen the difference in supplies in the previous games when the Zerg has pushed, but I think by the time MightyKiwi actually gets to Pezz's base, Pezz is going to be at about 180 supply. This is a huge difference to the Colossus styled, where you're generally at about 155, 160 supply. And as we saw, when you lose your ground army, you're just screwed. So here we go, push coming in now, but there's really nothing for the Vipers to do. What are they going to grip? The one Immortal? Cool.
There's the Storms, but they're not really on top of Hydras. They're just on the Roaches. There's a couple of Hydras in there, but
Still good.
he did use a lot of Storms there, but he still has so many left.
And have a look at this run by Pezz, just sending these Zealots around the top. He's forced MightyKiwi home. He now gives himself more time to prepare for the push.
Yep. And now he's going to start cleaning up some creep. No, actually, his Observer's not with his army right now. There was an Observer hanging around somewhere on the map. I'm not sure where that's kind of headed off to, unless he might have picked that off, actually. MightyKiwi.
So what we might see from these Vipers will obviously maybe abduct Archons and Immortals, but Blinding Cloud also going to be very effective in stopping those Stalkers and Immortals from shooting. But here we go, nice little blink. No Storms yet, staving them up.
Oh, very nice Storm on top of that army there, and he's going to try and split up and re-engage, but the Storms take down that front for him, and now the aggressive blink forward. Another Storm going down, the Hydra's being absolutely decimated, even the Roaches, and that was almost all of... Oh, that was pretty much the entire army there of MightyKiwi just melting in front of his eyes there.
Remaxing mainly on Hydraling. Hydraling, of course, now the composition at the moment isn't Chargela Archon, but actually no, Hydraling is perfectly good here. We'll have to see how he does. He'll need Blinding Clouds. Of course, the Zealot count is reduced substantially, but I think this might just be it for Pezz. He might just be able to push through this.
Engagement on top of the ramp. Does he have a High Templar? He doesn't have Storm on it though, so a little bit problematic. A nice little time warp there to try and zone him off that ramp, and now he's getting that concave that he needs. +3 is getting close to done here for MightyKiwi, but is it going to be enough? But this army is looking massive right now for Pezz. He's got 4 Immortals in there. He's got Archons. He's got Zealots. Are they Chargelots as well? It looks like they are Chargelots as well. So especially
and Warp Prism now here to reinforce. And more importantly for Pezz, he just took out his opponent's 4th base. It's a 3 base against a 3 base Protoss. Have a look at what he just made. He's got Colossi even. This is really. Let's see if he abducts those Colo. I think he's gonna.
He grabs Zealot. And the
Sentry.
Solid abducts coming out there from MightyKiwi, but he tries to transfer right in front of the face of the Protoss. That's not going to go well for him as the Zealots get on top of the army here. He's trying to find a reposition army. He's going to try and take down these Archons from a higher ground. He knows his Colossus are fake now because they're not doing damage to his army, but the Archons are getting right up in the face there. There is an Observer to spot that high ground for them, but the Colossus turned as well.
Immortals.
The Immortals just going to absolute town on those Roaches, and a GG from MightyKiwi. Pezz takes game number 1.